Let's talk about night 2.
All right, let's quickly power through.
On the card now, what I'm seeing, we have 6 matches, so maybe Randy could get his match here.
Yeah,
versus
maybe.
Solo, right? That makes sense, right?
Yep. For what it's telling, yeah.
Or Randy versus Nick Aldis.
Nah, I don't think there's
soon.
any story. Yeah, too soon. Yeah.
Okay, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and woo, my girl.
Your girl.
Lyra.
Remember how I talked about how the New Day and Viking Raiders would be a great pre-show match?
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, exactly that. For this match.
You know what? As much as I love Lyra Valkyria, I have to agree with you on this one. They did the tag team gauntlet match on SmackDown. It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict Liv and Raquel maintain and retain.
Yep.
Because I want Lyra and Bailey to have their feud. Because there's already dissension teased, right?
Yep. I want them to feud over the IC title. I think that's where they should be.
And that's where Bailey will put over Lyra.
Yeah. And I think that's great. I mean, it's good for Lyra. She has her first ever WrestleMania appearance. But on the pre-show lah.
There's no pre-show, bro. It's all main show. All main show, okay? Liv, so we are both in agreement. Liv and Raquel, they retain. Okay. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I guess that's your celebrity match.
Yep, celebrity match indeed. Weird thing is, I thought they haven't really built this match quite well. Let's be honest lah. I know Logan has been doing a lot. He's like promoting his reality TV show and all that nonsense. And I think AJ Styles probably is like, fuck it, I don't want to carry this feud by myself. I think I don't appear on Raw lah, whatever lah. But you know what? This match might be again like the El Grande and Rey Mysterio match. This might be a low-key banger just with the people involved.
Yeah, it's a sleeper hit. It's one of those like you just want to watch it for the athleticism, for the work, right?
Yeah.
And for the amazing aerial offense that I'm sure we'll see from both of them.
Yeah. So my question to you, bro: any celebrity guest cameos appearing in this match? We had
KSI,
Speed last year.
Speed.
Yeah, we had Speed, we had KSI.
Who else?
I don't know what is this influencer universe about. Mr. Beast?
Oh my god, yeah, Mr. Beast. It's time to bring the women in. Where is Pokimane?
Oh my god, Pokimane.
Valkyrie. Where are those people at?
Yeah. You know what? I think there might be some celebrity link in this match. Remember they had who did he invite that day? Andrew Schultz, is it?
Yeah.
You know, something along those lines.
Now, Andrew Schultz is not an influencer though. He's more of a comedian. He's in the Joe Rogan universe, not the Logan Paul universe.
What about Tony Hinchcliffe appearing in this match? You know?
Oh my god, no, cannot.
Nah, too much. Really.
I don't like. I hate saying this, but every time there's an AJ Styles match on WrestleMania, I lower my expectations.
He has been unfortunate in having matches that had a great hype to it, somehow not deliver on WrestleMania.
See, that's the thing about dream matches, right? Every one of his matches have always been dream matches, but when the actual match happens, it's like, because there was no story, there was no build. And he unfortunately has been the recipient of that lah.
Only Shane McMahon's match with him was good, in my opinion. And I mean, Undertaker lah, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Slightway says, what if Nick Aldis sets up Randy versus Solo for Mania, but after Solo screws over Jacob out of the US title against Knight, Jacob attacks Solo backstage before his match, forcing Aldis to take his board. Bro, my brain cannot process whatever you just said. But
there's a lot of shit happening.
Great attempt, but I don't think that would happen. I don't see Nick Aldis appearing or being forced to wrestle. Yeah, it's too soon. There's no build up. I want him to be built up.
That sounds like Vince Russo booking.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, next match. Let's go.
Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Okay, I'm very interested in this match. Like you talked about earlier, Braun Breaker has elevated the IC scene. Right? Him basically cruise missiling Carlito is super viral.
Yeah. Second viral spear of the year for him.
Yeah. One for Speed and one for this. Like, look, if I were Paul, Triple H, I would just make it so that nobody else does the spear anymore. Like, I know Roman does the spear. Who else? I know. Okay, Jay should not do the spear.
Yeah,
his spear looks like shit. Yeah.
Probably Roman and Braun. There could be a spear versus spear match.
Yeah, or something like that. Or Braun could just rename his spear and call it something else.
Yeah, like the gore. Well, it looks kind of like the gore. Almost.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Finn, no chance,
bro. That aside, first of all, I want to say Braun shouldn't win or retain the title.
Should not retain.
Yeah, I don't think he should retain.
You think he should be elevated above the IC scene?
He had a
Before?
great run with the IC scene, but I think he should go on chase mode because I want someone else to
Okay.
sneak away with the title.
Who? Oh, yeah. And I said this last week as well, right? And if anything, he deserves a push too for the amount of like. I mean, he was part of the hottest angle last year.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, you're talking about Dominic. Oh, Dom
yeah,
Dom.
yeah. Process of elimination. Think about it, right? Okay, you have
Yeah.
Penta. Penta has been doing great, but I feel like too soon for him to win a singles title.
Mm-hmm.
You have Braun Breaker, who is also amazing, but I
Yeah.
think he can afford a loss by not being pinned.
Yes, you can take the title. This is the best time to take the title off of him because he
Correct.
doesn't need to be pinned. Yes.
Correct. And then you have Finn Balor who has been like gunning for the title, but also has been screwing around with the Judgment Day. And I think this is the time that he will be ousted from the Judgment Day.
Ooh. Okay, so we speculated, right, with Malachi Black or Alistair Black coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where Dominic, because Dominic has been teasing, hey, we need to bring in new people. We need to bring in new people. Is this
Yeah.
where Alistair helps Dominic win the IC title?
Ooh, that would be so interesting. I do not know how they're gonna go about it. Maybe that could be a way. Alistair could replace Finn. That would be such a cool story.
Yep.
But I think whatever goes down, like there's some chaos in the ring. Everyone is kind of, out of the ring, and then suddenly this cheeky guy Dominic sneaks in, grabs the win, and pins Finn Balor.
Bro, I was just about to say that.
Mm,
Like, I see the finish. Doesn't matter what else happens, right? Everyone will beat each other up, amazing moves. But Dom needs to get the pin off of Finn.
yeah, yeah.
And
I think the
maybe
I think the crowd wants it as well.
yes, and maybe Alistair doesn't help Dom in that way. Like, it could be just him winning through the chaos and Finn just getting really pissed off because his own guy beat him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the Raws to come, that's when we have the big ousting of Finn Balor via
Yeah,
Alistair Black.
yeah. And this is not the first time Finn has been screwed off from a faction. Right? He also
Yeah,
kena kicked out by AJ Styles
yeah,
with the Bullet Club. So yeah, this is normal for him. So you know
yeah.
what?
Par for the course.
I would love to see like a third era of Judgment Day. You know what? Judgment Day can be the long running faction that Bullet Club is. Multiple leaders
Oh, yeah,
throughout
yeah.
their history. Uh,
Dominic Mysterio as the leader of.
yeah.
Okay, no, like, maybe Alistair Black as the leader.
I kind of like Dominic being like the de facto young prince leader, and then they have Carlito as his backup. They got Raquel and Liv, and then maybe he always say he wanted another guy, right?
Yeah,
Somebody that he can not say be his lackey, but be part of his team lah.
Alistair lah. And
Alistair.
Alistair can be the quiet menace.
Yeah. And he can be like pulling the strings behind the scenes, right?
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and then you could have the eventual turn. Alistair turns on Dominic.
Yeah. Yeah. So many possibilities. But yeah, I feel like if Finn leaves and get excommunicated, right? Him and JD, when JD comes back, they can
Oh,
still be a team or they can still be alliance together because they
yeah,
have that history as well. So without the Judgment Day. So yeah, why not?
yeah. Well, so we're all both in agreement. Dominic for the win.
Yeah, correct.
Let's go.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes, Alfred, we are still on. We are finishing in a bit. We're trying to power through night 2 right now.
let's go. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, a Sin City street fight. So this is another one of those matches that benefited from the extra weeks, right? Because they were kind of quiet for a while.
Yeah. And remember when I said like we should save the blood for one match?
Oh,
This is the match.
they kind of need it, right?
Yeah. They do. I think first of all, both of them are needing to prove themselves. I think you can tell from the way they've been cutting promos. I think they feel a bit jilted about their placement on WrestleMania. So this is like the Batista and Undertaker WrestleMania 23, where like, you know what?
Huh.
We're not given the main event slot. Fuck it. We're gonna steal the show and we're gonna prove ourselves. We're gonna beat the living shit out of each other. That's what's gonna happen.
Yep. And I fully expect them to beat the living shit out of each other and make it look good.
Yes, exactly.
Dave Royalty is very happy we're talking about DP right now.
Yes, Al Campeon. And I feel like somebody said this very interesting theory. What if they beat each other and then they bond through their violence and then they become like a super brothers of destruction tag team?
What the what the
I mean, that's a bit far out of reach lah. But
two-man power trip can
they both look great side by side. If you think about it, they're tall,
yeah.
they're big, and I mean they can destroy
long
everyone.
flowing hair. They can both do L'Oreal commercials.
Yeah, they are both. I would say like classically like a novella hot. I guess I don't know.
You
One
have
of
to
them
ask
is
Div about that.
One of them is Mexican telenovela. The other one is like Scottish country boy novella. I don't know. So I just find that they are main eventers who are trying to prove themselves given this card, this slot right now. Yeah.
I'm look. I can't say that I'm looking forward to it, like in terms of like, oh, I really want to watch this match, but I know in my heart they will put on a really good match.
Agreed. Agreed. It will be great. It will be great. And I think it might be the violence quota will be filled by this match. I do not know what they're gonna do, and I don't
Yeah,
mind if either one of them bleed
yeah,
and they do like a crazy big spot, somebody drops from a height or something.
yeah.
Might as well.
There you go. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Oof. I said this before and I still stand by it. So far, everything that they've done makes Io Sky look like a chump of a champion.
Is that
I
why
hate it.
to keep Io strong, Io needs to retain the title?
I don't know if they have anything for Io. You mean post this match or pre this match?
As in for this match, she escapes with the win.
Oh. Here's the thing
Bec-
is like we know this is gonna be a great match, right? But
yeah,
storyline wise, like there is no getting behind any of these characters right now.
yeah. None of them are likable.
Yeah.
They nerfed Rhea's likability with this storyline. I don't know why.
Like she's still over. People love Mommy, right? There's no
Yeah.
getting around that. But yeah, like I feel like I don't want Rhea to win. I feel like Bianca should be settling things with Jade and Naomi.
Yeah.
And Io is just like, look at me, kind of kid when compared to these two. Like I find this match very like, ugh.
Just not the right vibe. The aura is missing somehow in this match. But that's why I feel Io should win, because Rhea and Bianca can cancel each other out. And then, yeah, Io retains and somehow kind of proves that, do not underestimate her. I think that's the story they're trying to tell.
It's like put some respect on her name. Yeah, if Io doesn't win here, it actually honestly makes her look very bad.
Yeah, because she
She
has
looks
kind
like
of been beached up lah.
yeah, she looks like a transitional champion. The whole time she's just been pie faced left, right, and center. So she's been disrespected. Like, yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. Like I don't know how they're gonna book their way out of this one.
Yeah. Not a fan of any of the possibilities. This actually, right, it's
Yeah.
weird. Like some of the matches has gotten back on track because of the things that has happened. Tiffany Stratton and all that.
Like, would
Jade.
you even argue that Tiff and Charlotte has now become a more compelling match than this match?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure. Yeah. So this match, the saving grace for this match is the match itself needs to be a banger, right?
Like you know that they're going to be like great in the ring lah. It's going to be a quality wrestled match. It's just, it's tough to get behind any one of them.
Slide Away has a very interesting point. What if after night 1, Naomi wins against Jade, and then on night 2, Naomi appears and helps Bianca win? Then that could start a tension there.
Sure. Like she could help Bianca win, but Bianca didn't actually want or need her help.
Somehow like that, yeah. Something like that,
and then you have Naomi versus Bianca.
Correct. Then that could lead into that. That could be a interesting thing that comes out of the match.
But then it makes Io look like a chump, like I said. And Rhea is just like off hanging in the wind.
Or Naomi can come in and distract and cause Bianca to lose the match, and then Io takes advantage to get the win.
Right.
That could be another possibility as well.
So Rhea looks like the chump, and
Rhea can afford to be chumped because her aura can help her bounce back.
Okay.
Io can't. So I think if Bianca takes the fall for it, I think it's fine, I guess.
What if Kairi Sane returns and costs Io Sky?
Everyone got friends lah. Everyone got friends except for Rhea.
Idea. What if Dominic Mysterio comes out and helps? Okay. Because have you seen Kairi Sane? She's been like posting and she's been rehabbing and she looks great. She looks jacked.
She got jacked, bro. She is like she got on the AJ Styles diet, bro. Remember when AJ Styles came back?
But it's so weird because she's like super cute in the face, like a small face, very anime, and then body like bam. I'm like a bit don't match like that.
Yeah. But you know what? It's hilarious. But you know what? If she comes back and looks like a tank and that makes her a world title contender, why not? So
why not, right? So like I said, what if she comes back and helps Io? Screws Io, and then I don't know lah.
I know, like Dave say lah, a bit too unsatisfactory lah.
Either way, it's because of the build. Bottom
Yeah, the
line,
build.
right?
This was the worst build like we
Yeah,
talked about it last week, right? The worst
yeah,
build
yeah.
feud. This is it.
Alfred says, what happened to Asuka? She's still taking a break, right? She had that whole issue where somebody like invaded her
Stalking.
privacy,
Yeah.
stalking or some weird shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not ready to come back from what I hear.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe injury as well. But yeah, so that's the women's title match. To me,
Does that kick off the card,
I okay. So the second night, I'm not too sure who should
right?
start off the match.
Because
Yeah,
I feel like this match we talked about is a bit cold in terms of the storyline. It's
I
not a
wouldn't
great
want
way.
that to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I would rather have like probably
The IC title match.
maybe IC or maybe even Damien and Drew starting off with like a killer,
Yeah.
street fight. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Yeah. Okay. So next match, what do we have left?
Is the main event,
Yeah, there you
baby.
go. There you
Cody
go.
Rhodes, John Cena, undisputed WWE Championship. Okay, I mean we have to talk about The Rock. How is he
Yeah,
gonna like play into this? Is he going to do a run-in? Is he going to be there with John Cena, coming out with Travis Scott, all three of them?
yeah. We already talked about what we talked about the Cena heel turn. We've talked about like the promos the last 3 weeks. Now
Hmm.
that we are here talking about the match, right? I just feel like they need to tie up a lot of loose ends. A lot of things that hasn't been addressed since the heel turn.
Well, I mean, on Smack, they still have SmackDown, so there's that.
Yeah. I mean, what I mean is like you said, they need The Rock to come back to
Mm,
be figure in the storyline. They need Travis Scott to get his ass handed to him as a receipt.
yeah.
Um, they need to somehow explain before WrestleMania the John Cena connection with The Rock. I think that needs to be touched upon a bit more.
Do they though? Like, they are both Hollywood stars. They are both like main event wrestling guys. They
But
have a history. We know the history already, right?
Yeah, but John Cena has not explicitly said on his promos why is he aligning with The Rock or why he sold
Mm,
his soul to The Rock. He just complained about the audience, but he never said, "Oh, but then The Rock offered me an opportunity." You know what I mean? Like he never
yeah,
said any of that.
yeah.
He should. But and then here's another thing as well. Do you think there will be a slight chance that the glass will shatter and we see someone else?
Well, he's going to be at WrestleMania in Vegas because of the Hall
Hall
of
of Fame.
Fame thing,
Yep.
right? Tovakin, how you doing, buddy? Slide away says still upset R-Truth wasn't involved in this feud. Okay, so I mean they've set the bar high
Yep.
last year, right? So now everyone and their mother is expecting the portal scene.
Every year got
Every,
photo scene.
like, okay, if they do it too much, I honestly feel like if they do it too much though, then it's gonna lose its luster, right?
Hmm.
So, here's
Oh, you know what? If Stone Cold is not going out there to do a Stone Cold Stunner,
mm.
just have him appear backstage right before Cody goes into the match. Like the
Oh,
backstage back top, you know what I mean?
yeah, like give him a high five, not high five, but handshake, whatever. Drink a beer
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, drink a beer or something. Yeah. Or even like a one-on-one confrontation backstage with The Rock, like a stare down. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
cool.
Ooh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Again, like I think that the fact that they've had John Cena on this schedule,
Mhm.
that a very light schedule, you don't see him that much. I think it's actually really helped them build this storyline because once again, this is a match that doesn't need that much exposition and explanation and story. It's
Yep.
living off the hype of John Cena turning heel
Mhm.
and the energy of it. It's there already.
Yep. Yep.
And it doesn't need that much.
Yeah. I mean, this last week of I would say last week of TV will be very telling on what's the hype level.
Yeah. No, it's still
Yeah.
there. Like I honestly feel like it's still there, right?
Hmm.
Now, what I'm really like wondering is where do we go from here? John
Yeah.
Cena winning and then going on his final tour as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay, I know you don't want spoilers. You're not really spoilers, lah, but looking at the PLE card, right? You
oh,
know that Backlash is only happening 2 weeks after WrestleMania?
which is very fast. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not even enough turnaround. So I feel like and it's happening in St. Louis, Missouri, by the way.
Randy Orton town.
John Cena winning the title and then first defense against Randy Orton. What do you think about that?
Wow. Imagine. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But Cody Rhodes retaining and then Cena going away for a while and then Cody Rhodes having a match with Randy also makes sense because they already teased that as well.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm not saying that having Randy and the hometown kind of like spoils the results. I'm just saying that it creates a very interesting possibility of seeing both matches.
And also, it could be their storyline way of giving Randy a main event shot. So, okay, you got screwed out, unfortunately, of your WrestleMania match, right?
Yeah.
you get a title shot. Like,
Yeah.
there's a possibility of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tobakin say, "Oh, Rikishi comes back and
Oh
runs
my
over
god.
Cody and says, 'I did it for The Rock.'"
I did it. Oh, no, 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 no. No
Uh,
Rikishi, please.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I honestly don't wish, I hope that they don't do a massive portal scene. There can be some interference, but not because, like I said,
Yeah,
if
the
they do it
story is
every
strong
year,
enough.
yeah, if they do it every year, it becomes nothing.
Yeah, the story is strong enough to stand on its own. Let it happen on its own. Uh, but I don't know. I'm okay with Cody losing the title because we do not want a long reign like Roman Reigns. Like
Yeah.
I feel that if Cody has a long reign, I think it will devalue Roman's reign.
Mm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. 100%.
Yeah, I think Cody can afford to drop the title and be in chase mode again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will actually help him not be soured by the audience,
Right.
right?
Agree. And John Cena, so here's the thing, right? Like sending people home happy. John Cena, he's a heel, but I feel like John Cena has enough fans still that
Mm-hmm.
him winning doesn't necessarily send everyone home with a bad taste in their mouth. Does that make sense?
No,
Like
I
he,
think people will be like, "Whoa, he
yeah,
won, unbelievable!" Like it will be a cool reaction. But
yeah,
people can boo it, but it's not like, "Oh, I didn't get my money's worth."
yeah,
This is.
yeah. Like
I,
and knowing that there's more to come, I think is
yeah.
they're in a
And,
good spot lah.
and think about it, Cena winning the title in his last WrestleMania ever also kind of feels poetic as well.
Mm,
It can also still be an emotional moment. I mean, he can look around in the ring, even though he's a heel, but people know like, wow, this is his final match, like he deserves it. I know there will be some real emotion to it, lah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or we are overthinking it, and Cody Rhodes just maintains because John Cena needs to go off and film movies, and
I,
he'll come back as a face somehow.
like I said for the first match, first main event, I don't care who wins. I will be happy either way.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, yeah.
I have no preference. I think that's a
Mm.
that's a good thing
Because
to
at
me.
the end of the day, right, you have to imagine that John Cena will turn back face by the end of the year. Like
Yeah.
he's not going out as a heel.
Like I told you before, and I'm gonna tell the live crowd in the that's listening right now, he needs to do a Vin Diesel Fast and Furious 8 storyline where he turns heel just for one movie,
Yeah, yeah.
then becomes a good guy at the end of it again. That's what he needs to
Yeah.
do.
What? What? Oh my god. Okay, this would be convoluted booking, but what if The Rock comes out and helps John Cena? No, helps Cody Rhodes instead of John Cena.
Why?
I don't know. And then it turns out that Cody had actually teamed up with The Rock, and then Cody gets his Homelander turn. He's like, it was a double swerve, like a double agent thing. I don't know, man.
Too much, bro. Too much, bro.
Okay,
Keep it
it's too
simple.
much.
We don't overbook ourselves to smithereens here. Uh, yeah. Okay. I think last thing I wanted to address is like people generally say that this bill for WrestleMania has been a bit more underwhelming than last year.
Mm,
You know what I would say to that?
yeah,
I think this year's bill is par for the course because
yep.
we've been spoiled last year.
Yes, agree.
I wouldn't say that this is worse than WrestleMania 39 bill. WrestleMania 39 had good bill, but then there was like some that was like a bit man. Remember Charlotte and Rhea Ripley felt like it wasn't a good build at all, but it turned out to be a killer match, your
Yep.
favorite match of the year.
Mm,
Yeah, I feel like this is actually the standard. It's just that last year was really, 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 really good. And it's okay to like, can't strive for that because it was also like a decade mania, right? It was a
correct. A
big
40.
4-0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So
this is the first one on Netflix.
correct. So this I think still feels big on its own. It's just that, yeah, lah. The stories is not as strong as last year because last year we had the final boss like
Mm.
almost on a full time week. He appeared every week, bro. We were
Yeah, he
spoiled
did. He
last
did.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I think that, and from everything, like, because this is quote unquote, like I said, their first year, first WrestleMania on Netflix, right? I
Yeah.
still feel like they do have the pressure of delivering in a big way.
Mhm.
So I do think that there is going to be a portal scene. I think Stone Cold has to be involved somehow,
Yeah.
stunning The Rock,
Yeah.
all that shebang.
They need some viral moments that's gonna be covered on Complex and
Yeah,
ESPN and all that nonsense.
yeah,
So that's still gonna happen. I think the build being the way it is
mm,
gives the expectation low so that they will over deliver
correct,
during the
correct,
event itself.
correct.
And I do agree with Dave. Yeah, I still in my heart feel that the build for this mania a bit too long. I would cut it back. Like if you want to do like halfway through April, still okay, but not like
Mm,
the third week of April. I
yeah,
think
correct. Like,
yeah, you're losing too much lah. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
But that being said, like we are absolutely nitpicking because right now, like my hype level for WrestleMania is as high as any other year that I can
Yep.
think of. You know?
Agreed. And I also feel like the water cooler talk around wrestling has been way more than
Yeah.
any time in the last 5 years for me
Mm.
lah. Personally,
Yeah.
I mean, feeling the whole around my social circle
Yeah.
on social media. Yeah, it's there, bro. It's there, and you're almost reaching that area.
Rishi says SmackDown this Friday should be good. I mean, I expected. Okay, to be honest, I expect it to be good, but I don't think any storyline is going to change.
Mm,
Like, because it's a setup show, right? That's
mm,
where you're going to get your Andre the Giant Battle Royale. So you're going to get all those people who got left off the card
yeah.
on SmackDown, right? You're going to
Mm-hmm.
get, unfortunately, Street Profits. That's probably going to be the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Rishi? I love that. Imagine the SmackDown before WrestleMania, The Rock and Cena beat up Cody
Cody.
until he bloody.
But doesn't that give away the main event? Like, you know what I mean? 50-50
Mm,
booking, it kind of gives away the main event
yeah,
result, right?
that's
Like, I
true.
would rather them not, to be honest.
We shall see. We shall see. But I would say something big needs to happen on Raw and SmackDown just to kind of like
Mm,
that final push to WrestleMania.
yeah.
Or they could be on holding pattern and then it's like nothing actually happens. So we
Yeah,
shall
no,
see.
and to my point, I think that the thing that will happen has to be on WrestleMania so that you are compelled to watch WrestleMania as opposed to, oh yeah, Raw and SmackDown, they're the setup shows. I don't think anything because all the stories are already in place. There's
Yeah,
no more turns to be had.
that's
You
true.
are now just building towards the big event that's this weekend.